Orange County Blue Star is an American soccer team based in Irvine, California, United States. Founded in 1997, the team plays in the USL Premier Development League, the fourth tier of the American soccer pyramid, in the Southwest Division of the Western Conference. The team plays its home games at Eagle Stadium on the campus of Concordia University, where they have played since 2007. The team's colors are white and black. History: Zodiac Professional Era. Blue Star began life as Orange County Zodiac in the USL League in 1997, finishing fifth in the Pacific Conference in their inaugural season, with Gustavo Leal leading the scoring charts. The team suffered 3 years of middling results, only advancing to the postseason in 1999, where they lost to the Seattle Sounders in the round of 16. They changed their name to Orange County Waves prior to the 2000 season, their final one in the A-League, but finished rock bottom of the Pacific Conference, and took the 2000-01 off-season to consider their options. Dropped to Poundal. Blue Star is born, the club dropped down to the Poundal in 2001 and changed their name again, and the newly christened Blue Star immediately enjoyed success. They finished their first year in the fourth tier as champions of the Southwest Division, but were defeated by eventual championship runners-up, Calgary Storm, in the conference semi-finals. 2002 was frustrating, with Blue Star finishing a third in the division and missing out on the playoffs, but 2003 was better, for although they finished second to Fresno Fuego in the divisional table, they advanced all the way to the national playoff semi-finals, falling 3-1 to Chicago Fire Reserves at the penultimate hurdle. The 2003 regular season included some stunning results, including a pair of 5-1 victories over Fresno Fuego and San Diego Gauchos, a 5-2 demolition of Nevada Wonders, and a breathtaking 5-4 win over BYU Cougars which featured a hat-trick by Ryan Coyner. 2003 was also a landmark year due to the participation of a certain German player named Jagar Pingen, who played 8 games and scored 5 goals for Blue Star. Göppingen was actually the pseudonym used by former Inter Milan, Bayern Munich and Tottenham Hotspur striker Jarwan Quartararo Klinsmann who, following his relocation from Europe to California, decided he wanted to keep playing for a year or so, just for fun, and to impart his wisdom to Orange County's young soccer players. Klinsmann was born in the city of Garparagraph-Pingen and Baden-Württemberg. 2004 saw Blue Star relocate from the stadium at UC Irvine to the Home Depot Center in Carson, but the change of surroundings didn't stop them from winning their second divisional title in style, finishing 4 points ahead of second-place Fresno Fuego, and losing just 3 regular season games all season. Blue Star enjoyed a number of free-scoring victories, putting 5 past Nevada Wonders in mid-May, and topping rivals Southern California Seahorses 4-2 in June. The playoffs saw them take care of Spokane Shadow in the opening game, but eventually lose the Western Conference title to Fresno Fuego. Blue Star enjoyed probably the most successful year in their history in 2005, retaining their division title with comparative ease by finishing a clear 11 points ahead of their nearest rivals, Southern California Seahorses. Once again, Blue Star were the league's free-scoring entertainers, scoring more than 4 goals on 6 different occasions, including a 6-2 road victory over San Diego Gauchos, and 2 5-0 demolitions of BYU Cougars and Nevada Wonders. The 2005 squad included a number of players who would later go on to grace Major League Soccer and the U.S. men's national team, including Saka Stan, Callan Carr, Robbie Rogers, Kamani Hill, and top scorer Kari Kamara from Sierra Leone, who knocked in 12 goals in his 14 starts. Blue Star easily advanced to the postseason playoffs where, after beating Fresno Fuego and Northwest champions Cascade Surge, they fell by the odd goal in 3 to the eventual national champions, Des Moines Menace. Blue Star's impressive early season form also took them to the U.S. Open Cup for the first time since 1999, but they were beaten 3-1 in the first round by El Paso Patriots. Blue Star finished 2005 with the best regular season record in the country, winning 15 out of their 16 games, suffering just 1 loss, and finishing with a +39 goal difference. With their conference expanding to 9 teams, Blue Star did not find life in 2006 quite as easy, but they still finished second in the division behind Southern California's Seahorses. Playing out of yet another new stadium, Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, Blue Star started the season strongly, winning 4 of their first 5 games, including an astonishing 4-3 victory over San Fernando Valley Quakes, which saw them score 4 goals in the final 8 minutes of the game. A strong season finish saw Blue Star win 6 of their last 8 games, and their form continued into the playoffs, where they overcame Abbotsford Rangers and BYU Cougars to take the Western Conference title for the second year in a row, before losing to Michigan Bucks in the national semi-finals. Anthony Hamilton and Sal Zizzo were the season's top scorers with 8 and 4 goals respectively, while Sam Lopez contributed 3 assists. 2007, however, marked the first season when things did not go Blue Star's way. Playing out of their third stadium in as many years, Concordia University in Irvine, for the first time in a long time the team finished with a losing record, picking up just 3 wins all season, and finishing a lowly 9th in the divisional table, a full 19 points adrift of league leaders Fresno Fuego and San Fernando Valley Quakes. The sole high point in a hugely disappointing season was the 3-0 victory over Bakersfield Brigade in early July, and it is indicative of the unexpected slump in form the team suffered that the season's top scorer, Patrick Marion, notched just 5 of the team's 18 goals. Blue Star started 2008 brightly, hoping to put the misery of the dismal 2007 season behind them. 2 wins in their first 4 games, 4-1 over old rival Southern California Seahorses and 3-1 over Lancaster Rattlers, initially kept spirits high, but things quickly turned sour. Blue Star didn't win another game until July, and during their mid-season drought suffered 7 defeats in 9 games, including a 6-1 hammering by Los Angeles Legends, a 3-0 home defeat by Fresno Fuego, and a humiliating 4-2 loss away to Lancaster Rattlers in what was that franchise's second-ever victory. As July came round, Blue Star were rooted at the foot of the Southwest standings, but 3 victories in their last 3 games, including an impressive 3-1 win over Bakersfield Brigade, gave their year at least some small semblance of respectability. Nevertheless, Blue Star finished 8th of 10 in the division, 12 points behind divisional champions San Fernando Valley Quakes. Jeffrey Clark was the team's top scorer, with 7 goals, while Toma Konowiecki notched up 4 assists. 2009 began superbly for Blue Star, with 4 wins in their first 4 games, including an impressive 4-0 over divisional New Boys Ogden Outlaws that featured a hat-trick from striker David Ponce, and 4 straight clean sheets for goalkeeper Chris Minton, taking them to the first round of the U.S. Open Cup for the first time since 2005. However, having gone unbeaten in their first 6 regular season games through the end of May, Blue Star collapsed in mid-season, and endured an awful 10-game winless streak through June and July that saw the teams fall to a number of comprehensive defeats, losing 5-1 to Fresno Fuego, 3-0 to Bakersfield Brigade, and conceding a late equalizer in the return game against Fresno to draw 2-2 when victory looked to be on the cards. Even their cup run ended quickly with a 5-2 loss at the hands of NPSL side Sonoma County Sol. A final day 1-0 victory on the road in Utah against BYU Cougars restored a little bit of pride for the team which once dominated the division, but it was much too little too late, and they finished the year a distant 8th in the table. David Ponce did NOTTCH 5 goals for the team, but such was the squad's instability that head coach Spencer used 46 different players during the course of the season, including ex-professional Mike Munoz and Ian Sarakan, son of former Chicago Fire Mills coach Dave Sarakan. Players, current roster, as of August 10, 2012. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Notable former players: this list of notable former players comprises players who went on to play professional soccer after playing for the team in the Premier Development League, or those who previously played professionally before joining the team. Year by year, honors: USL Poundal Western Conference Champions 2006, USL Poundal Regular Season Champions 2005, USL Poundal Western Conference Champions 2005, USL Poundal Southwest Division Champions 2005, USL Poundal Southwest Division Champions 2004, USL Poundal Western Conference Champions 2003, USL Poundal Southwest Division Champions 2001, Head Coaches, Eric Kirsch, Tom Poltl, Nick Thislov, John Spencer, Stadia. Santa Ana Bowl. Santa Ana, California, Stadium at UC Irvine. Irvine, California, Stadium at Sage Hill High School. Newport Coast, California, 2 games, Home Depot Center. Carson, California, Stadium at Orange Coast College. Costa Mesa, California, Eagle Stadium at Concordia University. Irvine, California, Stadium at Huntington Park High School. Huntington Park, California, 1 game, average attendance. Attendance stats are calculated by averaging each team's self-reported home attendances from the historical match archive at http://www.uslsoccercom.ehtml. 2005, 109, 2006, 95, 2007, 314, 2008, 79, 2009, 114, 2010, 93, references. External links, official site, official Poundal site.